Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you something that I've built recently, a fully functional law firm website that I've created entirely using Claude Code. And here is the website for your reference. So it has pretty much everything, an impressive hero section, the practice areas for the law firm profiles, the lawyer profiles, everything. Before I show you how I created this website, I'm going to just give you a brief overview of why I chose Claude Code in the first place. Being a marketer, I can use Claude Code to run my entire business, not just creating websites and landing pages. So I started with a $20 per month plan in Claude Code. And if you have just one or two clients, this is more than enough. So you don't have to do any credit top ups. You don't have to stop the project midway because you are burned through all the credits. So that's the key advantage with Claude Code. And so once you constantly hit the limits with Claude Code's $20 plan, then you can consider upgrading to the Pro plan, which is $100 a month. And another thing is that I can use the same tool to run all my business using the same platform, which is creating websites, landing pages for new marketing, new lead magnets, and creating marketing campaigns, creating new automation tools for my clients. So everything, even social media content. So this one subscription can cover pretty much everything I wanted. And with Claude Code, I also have entire control over the output of what my client wants. So all I had to do is just enter the end result. This is what I want in the chat box, and Claude is gonna come up with the exact results, pretty much near perfect every single time. I did use all these other tools in the past. So I've used a Replit, I've used a Lovable and Bolt. So it also has the same credit-based pricing, but the problem is creating a single website and with multiple changes from clients can burn through your entire monthly plan. Here's how Claude Code actually wins. So with the $20 per month plan, I can handle multiple websites, multiple landing pages in the same month, in addition to creating my marketing campaign, social media content, and everything. So once you have perfected the website creation process and landing page creation, so you can use that to replicate that for any kind of client. So I've used that for law firm clients. So today I'm going to show you how to build a law firm website, but I've also built websites for dentists. I've built landing pages for dentists. I've built websites for HVAC companies, chiropractors. So you use the same process to replicate that in pretty much any industry you want. So that's the main advantage you have with Claude Code. So let's just dive in and let me just show you the exact process I went through in creating this website. Now let's talk about how this website actually gets from your computer to the internet, because this is where a lot of people get confused. So there are 4 stages to it. The stage 1 is the Claude Code. So this is where everything starts. So instead of writing the actual code by yourself, you're just describing to Claude in plain English, and Claude Code will write the code for you. So this will include your full project, every file, every component. It gets built right here in the stage. And stage 2 is the GitHub. So once your code is ready, we push it to GitHub. If you have never used GitHub before, think of it as a cloud drive specifically for code. It stores your project, tracks every change you make. And the most important part is that it becomes a bridge between your code and the live internet. And stage 3 is the Vercel. So this is the deployment layer. The moment you push your code to GitHub, Vercel detects the change and automatically builds and publishes your site. So you get a HTTPS, you get a CDN, and a live domain. So it is all handled for you, and you don't have to configure anything. So the best thing about Vercel is that you can deploy up to 200 projects for free. Okay. And once the Vercel deployment is complete, you take the website live in this final stage. So this publicly accessible, mobile ready website comes live with the professional design. Anyone with the URL can visit it right now. And the whole point of this pipeline is that once it is set up, deploying an update is as easy as simply pushing the new code to GitHub. So any major changes that you want, you just perform it within Claude Code, and Claude Code handles the building, GitHub handles the storing, and Vercel handles the publishing. So all you have to do is just focus on the outcome. Now in the previous diagram I showed you the Vercel route, but in this video we are actually doing something a little bit different. Instead of routing through Vercel, we are going to directly go from GitHub into Hostinger, and the reason this works is that Hostinger can connect straight to your GitHub repository and pull your code automatically, and there is no third-party deployment tool needed. So the pipeline will look like this. Claude Code will write the site, it will push it to GitHub and then hosting it, which is already connected to the repository. And this will read the code directly and serve it as a live website. That's it. You have cut out an entire step here. Node.js hosting. So the end result will exactly be the same. A live professional website, mobile ready, accessible on the internet. And this version is just a simpler path to go. And I'll be showing you both the versions today. Okay, before I start building, I need to set up Claude Code for success. And that comes down to these 4 steps given here. So step 1 is creating a Claude.md file. So think of this as a briefing document that lives inside your project. Every time Claude Code starts a new session, it reads this file first. So instead of re-explaining your project to Claude from scratch every time, you write it once, and the tech stack, the folder structure, the design rules, and whatever the other instructions that you have to give to Claude, and Claude will always know what exactly it is working with. And the second step is Frontend Design Skill. So this is a special instruction file that tells Claude how to design, what fonts to use and what spacing looks good, how to make things feel professional rather than generic. Okay, without this, you're gonna get a very ordinary looking website. With it, you are gonna get something that actually looks like a real professional website for your client. And the third step is the screenshot loop, which is, okay, this is exactly where the magic happens. So Claude builds something and it takes a screenshot of it and looks at the screenshot and then improves what it is built. So by sharing new screenshots from the type of output that you want, you can improve your exact output on the website. So it's essentially like reviewing your own work in real time. So you don't have to micromanage every design decision. So you are going to give some specific input to Claude based on the screenshots you give it to Claude. And finally, we have inspiration websites. So what it means is, before building, we point Claude at real website that we actually like. For instance, sites like 21st Dev have like actual professional websites, and when you provide it to Claude, it actually studies the layout, the structure, the feel, and uses that for designing the website that we want. These 4 steps are what separate a generic AI website from something you can actually hand over to a client. Okay, let's start with the actual website creation process here. Okay, this is the folder where we'll be creating the website, and as you can see, I've already added a Claude.md file here. Okay, this file is kind of a secret weapon behind the whole build that I'm going to show. And as I already mentioned, this file is created by Nate Herc. And you can find a lot of his AI videos on YouTube, and I'm using it in this project because I think this is one of the best Claude.md files out there when it comes to creating websites with Claude Code. So what does this file actually do? So as you can see, every time Claude Code starts a new session, it reads this file first. And what this file does is set the entire ground rules for the entire build. So as you can see here, it tells Claude to always invoke the front-end design before writing a single line of code. It also has a whole section on generic guardrails. So these are the kind of details that separate an AI generated website from one that looks like it was built by a professional. And finally, it checks the brand assets folder before designing anything. So I would suggest you create a logo for your brand, and if you have any brand guidelines, drop them both in the brand assets folder, and it checks the brand assets folder before designing. So if you drop in a logo or a color guide, Claude will use those instead of inventing its own. So the result is that Claude goes from being a fast code generator to being a very disciplined front-end developer that follows your rules every single time. So that is the purpose of the Claude.md file that we have just created. Okay, you don't have to create this Claude.md file from scratch. I'll leave a link to this in the description. You can just download it from there and use it whenever you're creating a website on your own. What I'm going to do now is create a folder here called brand assets. So all my logos and brand guidelines will go within this folder. Claude will make sure that the logo and brand guidelines are used when it's creating the website. Okay, now that you've added the Claude.md file, let's get on with the Claude design skills, the front design skills. So all you have to do is go to Google and type front-end design skill and click the one from GitHub. So you'll go to this link and you can locate the front-end design skill here. So download the skill.md file and add it to the root of Claude. So I have a separate video on how to create and add custom skills for Claude. So I'll leave a link in the description so you can just check it out if you have any doubts regarding adding your skills to Claude. Okay, you can either add the front-end design skills to this particular folder, or you can add it to the root of Claude. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just check whether the front-end design skill is available. So I can just ask Claude. What Claude will do is Claude will analyze its folders, and it just comes up with a reply and says, yes, the front-end design skill is available. So as you can see here, there is no front-end design skill in this folder because I've already added it to the root. So now that you're confirmed the front-end design skill is available, let's go ahead and continue with the brand assets for Claude. So all you have to do is just create a new folder called brand assets, and I've already added my brand assets here. So this is the brand that I'm going to be using. This is a logo for the brand that I'm going to be creating. Since this website is for a law firm, it'll be this logo. This is a transparent logo, and I've created the brand guidelines in the form of a markdown file. So it gives all the information that Claude needs about what type of brand personality I had to give it to the website, what type of color palette I have to use, what type of typography I have to use, the logo, the imagery, or the component. So if you don't have a brand specific guideline, just go to a website that you like and give it to Claude and ask Claude to come up with a brand guideline based on this particular website. So Claude will analyze the website and will give you a markdown file. You just have to add it to the brand assets folder. Okay, now that we have confirmed the existence of front-end design skills, so I'm gonna kick off the website creation process with a simple prompt. Build me a modern and professional website for a law firm as a law group, and here's my logo and here is my guidelines. Claude can actually find the brand assets given in the brand assets folder, but just to make it easier for Claude not to miss, so once you put the @ symbol, you can find the list of files within this folder. So I'm gonna choose the logo here, and so in this placeholder, I'm gonna choose the brand guidelines. So instead of edit automatically, I'm gonna choose bypass permissions, and I'm gonna just ask Claude to create the website. So yeah. Okay, as you can see, Claude has invoked the front-end design skill right at the start of the website creation process, and after that it's gonna keep on going, and yeah, let's see. Okay, if you can if you can check the list of to-dos, Claude has set up these tasks for itself, build the index.html for the law firm, and so let's see what Claude is going to come up with. Okay, Claude has finished creating this website. So as you can see, it has given us a list of what it has done, what it has completed, built the index and everything. And it has also given the position of where currently is the website right now, like it is in the local host. So if we need any changes, all you have to do is just provide Claude with the actual information that we want to update in the website. So let's take a look at the website, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, except for the logo. The logo is kind of messed up here. If I can check some of the previous codes. Okay, here is what it's mentioning. Like, so I just went back and looked at Claude's thought process here. So here it says that the Claude logo PNG is opaque white. It's not transparent. So yeah, we want to give Claude transparent logo. Instead of that, I've given a logo with a white background. So Claude has done its own version. So Claude has tried to edit it, but it didn't come off properly. And okay, let's look at the whole website before we move on. Okay, we have a nice hero section. It's really good. If you want images, we can ask Claude to add an image. If you want the image of the lawyer, we can ask Claude to add the image of the lawyer here. And it has a section for what the law firm actually does, personal law, family law, and those kinds of things. And yeah, there is a placeholder for the images we had to add here. And yeah, and there are 4 attorney profiles. It has created some random names based on that. Okay, and it has it has created only placeholders because Claude cannot create images on its own. So unlike ChatGPT and Google Gemini, Claude cannot create images. So that's why you can see all these blank image columns. And it has a testimonial section. It also has a contact form, an office address, and everything. Okay, but this is a really professional looking website. This website turned out pretty much better than what I expected. So this is the hardest part. So coming up with this website designed from the scratch is going to consume the most tokens for Claude, and any edits that you're going to do after this is not going to consume as much tokens as creating a new website here. If you don't like the particular design of this website, all we had to do is just provide new screenshots of websites that we want to create. As in, like, if you're not happy with this design, just provide Claude with the design for a website that you want to create. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make some edits in this website. So one of the obvious mistakes is the logo that I'm going to need to change. So, and I'm also going to show you how to add an image to this particular section. And so just so you know, like I'll want Claude to change the year from 1998 to probably 2004. So I'm going to ask Claude to make all these changes. Let's see how the changes goes. Okay, I've uploaded the image here and I'm giving it a simple command like, can you add the attached image to the placeholder in the about the firm section? And I'm also asking Claude to change the year from 1998 to 2004. So I'm also giving it a small instruction saying that I've updated this logo. Yeah, as you can see, it's now in a transparent background. So I'm mentioning that I've uploaded a transparent logo in the brand to the brand assets. Can you update that as well? So let's see what Claude is coming up with. Okay, Claude is now done updating the website. So yeah, pretty sure everything has been updated. So let's check out the website. Okay, the logo is still not good and I don't know what happened there. Probably some issues with the, so okay, if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to like use the same background color as the logo here, and I'm gonna have to change the overall color of the logo. And let's come to, okay, yeah, this has been done perfectly. Like I've uploaded this exact image and it has been updated in the placeholder. And yeah, this is not an actual image, so this is the one I've downloaded from Canva. And yeah, it has also updated the year. So this is how you have to do edits in a website created by Claude Code. So just give your instructions to Claude through the through VS Code, and Claude is going to make the edits here. And this goes for pretty much everything here in the site. As in, like, if you want to update the text here, you are going to have to like give the exact text you want here. And if you're going to need some information about the partners, the attorneys in the in this website, so you're going to have to give the specific details regarding them. And if you have actual testimonials from your clients, just provide them. Claude is going to update it here. And here in this contact form, you can actually create a Calendly. You can actually attach a Calendly profile, and you can ask your visitors to schedule a meeting with you. So I'll be showing that to you in one of my upcoming videos. So this video, I think it's pretty much, so the edits here are done successfully. So that's all that matters for now. Okay, if you come across a website like this that you want to give it to Claude and like pretty much copy the design, what you can do is you can go to this plugin called Go Full Page, and what it does is it takes the full screenshot of the entire website. So instead of taking screenshots of particular sections, so this is the only area we can screenshot here if you are gonna do it manually. But instead, if you are gonna use the plugin, you can take the screenshot of this entire website. And when you give it to Claude, it will come up with a similar design for your website. So I'm going to do that right now. So I found a website that I like, and I'm going to use this screenshot. So I've already added the screenshot to Claude, and this is what it looks like. And it has a white space in the menu section. So I think my logo will fit in well with this particular with this particular website design. So I've also added a hero image that I can use in the website's hero section. So I think this is not a actual image. So I have downloaded this from Canva. So I'm giving Claude a simple command. So I'm asking you to redesign the website based on the screenshot attached, and I'm attaching the screenshot here and along with the hero image. So let's see what Claude comes up with. Okay, Claude is done now. So let's take a look at how our website has turned out. Okay, so I've just refreshed this site, and as you can see, it's really good actually. It's yeah, the logo's still not perfect. Maybe I'll go another couple of iterations. Let's see. But yeah, it's much better than what we had earlier. So this is the content that it has come up with. There are some placeholders for some new images, some placeholders here. Okay, whatever content that we are going to have to add here, we can add. And yeah, take a look at the site. It's so much better than what we had earlier. Okay, the website creation is pretty much done. And so this is how you create a website. So I took a break for a while, and the website that's already on the local host, it kind of just went offline. So when this happens, don't panic. All you have to do is just come back to Claude and just ask Claude to reactivate it. So I'm just asking Claude to activate the local host. So Claude will check if the current local server is currently running, and it said the server is down, restarting it now, and it's just saying that it's live right now. So all we have to do is just refresh it, and yeah, it's back online. So now we are going to have to upload the code to GitHub. So I already have an account in GitHub. So if you don't have it yet, just create an account in GitHub, and it's free. And come to this dashboard and create a new repository for your particular project. So since this is a law firm website, so I'm going to just say, yes, I'm going to just say you don't have to, I mean, if you don't need a description, you don't have to do anything. So the repository is already set up. So GitHub has given me these codes that I can drop in Claude to push the existing code to its repository, but I'm not really sure like whether it will work, because I'm not really sure whether my GitHub connection is still working with Claude Code. So all I'm going to do is just go to Claude and ask whether this command will work, and that's what I did here. So I just copy pasted the entire code and asked Claude whether this will work. But Claude said that, I mean, it will work only if Git has already been initialized in the project folder. Since I'm not sure, I'm just going to copy the new sequence that Claude has given me. So let's see what it does. So Claude has initiated Git, and it has committed our entire code sequence to GitHub. So let's see if it works. Let's see. So I'm just gonna reload this repository, and here we go. Like all our codes, brand assets, everything is now in GitHub. So now you can either use hosting a directory to access this code and build a website and take the website live, or you can use Vercel. And if you don't have a complete domain name, if you're just going to show your clients for temporarily, just do it with Vercel. So here's how we are going to do it. So here is Vercel. I've created a new account here. So it's asking whether I'm going to import a Git repository here. So, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So just click on continue with GitHub, and just click on authorize. So once you have verified your account, so all you have to do is this is the one we are gonna have to import here. So click on import, and a new project is already created, and click on deploy. As you can see, the project is now live. The website is live, and we can see the website has a domain name right now. So this is something that you can send your clients. You can send it through an email or message saying that you have created this website, and if they require any changes, you can make the changes and finalize it. Okay, this is the simple way in which you can create and publish a website, and this is the exact way I created my own business website. And so instead of using Vercel, I've created this website by connecting it directly with Hostinger. So log into your Hostinger account, and all you have to do is just go to more services, and you can find Node.js hosting here. So just click on explore offer. Since I've already connected my domain here, I won't be needing this right now. So this is the way, click on Node.js hosting and just follow. It's pretty straightforward. So it will prompt you to connect your GitHub account here, and once you connected GitHub and imported your GitHub code, it will directly show up here, and you can just take your website live, like what I did with my own website. So the thing is, you won't be needing Vercel in this process, and any change you make on your website in Claude Code. So if you're going to need a different image, if you're going to upload something, if you're going to remove something from the website, all you have to do is just use Claude Code to make the change. Okay, and once you push it to GitHub, the changes will be reflected here in your live website. So that's how it works. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be sharing more such videos in the future. And yeah, stay tuned. Thank you.